Hello friends, welcome back to another Value Vintage Cards video. Today I'm going to talk about Mel Ott. He's a little bit of a under the radar, but really should be inner circle Hall of Fame player. So I want to explore a little bit. In the background there I've got three of the cards. All three of those actually have really neat write-ups about Mel. I'm not going to go through those exactly, but if you're looking for some neat things to pick up, if I recall correctly, a couple of them went a little bit higher. I know sometimes those patch cards can be $5-10. I think a couple of those were a little bit more than that, for whatever reason. Sometimes they're dual patch. I don't know if the bigger patches. I don't do that stuff. If I see a neat write-up and a cool image, I tend to collect it if I like the player a lot. But I did want to start off going through Mel Ott and his career with this, which is really one of the ways I would have learned about him. 1926 to 1947 playing career. Started very, very young, but they talk about some of the many things of his career. Nicknamed Master Melvin, played at the Polo Grounds. A 257-foot right field fence. So I think a lot of people also, when you start exploring, talk about like home field advantages. Boston has the Green Monster. Some parks, Coors Field has light air. So you talk about different things in the current game. Mel Ott would have had that advantage prior. If you really dig into that era of baseball, though, there was actually different specs for the baseballs. So back AL versus NL, the American League ball was considered to be easier to hit home runs with. So depending on where they were playing, obviously his home field advantage was pretty significant, but the ball he used was tougher to hit a home run with. So his career .511 when he retired was actually the National League record at the time, which obviously we've been surpassed many, many times, but pretty darn impressive. He hit 30 home runs, 8 times. He led the league, I believe, outright 3 times and tied 3 times. So they kind of consider him a 6-time home run champion in his career. One of the things that I try to get for a lot of players like this, I do think Mel Ott was cool, and this actually shows his kind of crazy leg kick. If you know much about Mel Ott, that leg kick is a significant part of what he's known for. He passed away at 49, very, very young, and there's actually this like Giants, curse. Frankie Frisch, Carl Hubble, and Mel Ott all died in car accidents. Frisch and Hubble were considerably older and had lived at least a fairly long life, but Mel Ott was only 49 when he passed, so finding something autographed by him is not easy. So I'm going to kind of walk through what I have of him. I'm showing you 4. I've only got 7 more to show you, so not a whole lot, but Mel Ott doesn't have a whole ton. So I'll start with kind of the most recent, the Retirado set. So 67 Venezuelan. Not uncommon. Back is mutilated, so this is a A/1 depending who grades it, but even like this, they're in the couple $100 realm for something like that, but very scarce. Most of them are graded, and the populations are very, very low, so I'm one of the weirdos that does not have it graded. And then he has kind of like 2 generations of things. That one's actually pretty darn nice. I like that one. Centering might offend those that are centering high prioritizers, which is not me. And I'm recording this actually as I have a house guest and visitor. My buddy Joe arrived last night, brought a bunch of cards. He's heading to the Nationals soon, so depending when I release this, it might be more of a historical video, because this will probably be actually let out after he's gone in terms of release time. But we made a trade last night. I traded him a card that I had a duplicate of, and this one I did not have in my collection prior. It's one I've kind of always watched, and anyone that gets to know me, it's a newer slab, which, again, kind of sort of who cares. I think this picture right here depicts exactly my collection perfectly. You got a PSA, a raw, and an SGC. You've got the raw that's a bit beat up. You got the kind of nice clean 1.5, and you got the off-cut, you know, might offend a few, so I probably got it for a little better deal. 1941 Ott, but just cool image. And the back is, if you're going to offend anybody, do it on the back. Good thing is the back is the part that's a bit yucky, but you can still read it. So it's almost like best case scenario. The front looks way nicer than a 1.5. The back is messed up, but you can still read it. That's how I describe my perfect card. So I will take that one. I'm very happy to have that. 40s. I will mention this repeatedly, but the 1940 I am trying to get, I think, every Hall of Famer, which is not as easy as it would sound, because that's the year that they did all the, you know, Joe Jacksons and Honus Wagners and Walter Johnsons and a lot of the throwbacks. No Ty Cobb, so I don't know if Play Ball just said he was a jerk and decided not to include him, but would have been nice had they. And then this one is kind of sort of really nice. I mean, again, I don't get as offended with the off-cut, you know, centering issues, because I feel like that's in a big way, I mean, that's the way it was released. So how was this one cared for? Pretty well. I mean, for a 1941 Play Ball, the thing's pretty crisp. So there's the Play Ball run. And then the last three that I will show you, I don't have enough of his weird stuff. I need to get some weird. I've got all the normal stuff. And also odd, looking through, there's not a 34. There is a 35 Gaudi, I believe, where you'd be on with other people, but have not landed that. Those are, I feel like, a little less desirable, just because the 35 Gaudi, you get like 5 guys on a, or 4 guys on a card, so this thing is really, really nice and crisp. Probably 15 years ago, I picked up 4 or 5 of these. I got $135. That probably is the list price, and then I might have got it for a little bit less than that. So thank you, eBay, circa, I don't even know, 05, 08, somewhere in that ballpark maybe. But yeah, Diamond Stars, really nice and clean. I love Diamond Stars. So I've been collecting that set for quite a while. I mean, talk about similarities. 33 Gaudi is a far more expensive set. And again, so that one's a 1.5. Got a little bit of something there in terms of like being a critiquer of cards, and the back has a little bit of mess up. It looks like there's some issues to it, but again, that's my perfect scenario. Give me a 1.5. I think it looks mostly crisp. The image is great. The color is awesome. I would sign up for that every single day. And then the most expensive, just pure card, if you were talking same grade to same grade, would be this. So I don't have a cash-in or any of those like really cool pre-33 cards. This thing's creased a bit offensively when you get near. But again, at a distance, if I'm just walking in, I mean, you might notice it, but I still get the image just fine. And it's a 1, and it's a really expensive card to get in a high grade, so fine with that. Write-up is good on the back. You can read everything. They talk a lot about how diminutive he was. 5'9", 160, 170 pounds, something like that. Hits 511 homers, leads the league. You know, home runs 6 times. That's crazy. 300 average. Crazy leg kick. So just a lot of kind of interesting history and story when it comes to what you get with Mel Ott. So that is it. I just wanted to take a little bit of a short dive. I don't have a whole lot of Mel Ott stuff, like I said, but that's what I got, and it's kind of fun and definitely a cool player. So if you need a, you know, just outside the big few kind of Hall of Famer from Gaudi and Diamond Stars and Play Ball era, Mel Ott's a good choice. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.